So, Natascha. A somewhat divisive bot. Some can't stand it, some love it. It went through a lot of nerfing, that's for sure, but I do believe they did it well, and it is now a fairly balanced bot. And if played right, it can be even quite above the average. This was a weird one for me to build, because I tend to rely on high mobility, and there are a few ways to stay mobile while shielded, but it's very unwieldy, in my opinion, which makes it key to know when to dismount and reposition. But more on the shield later. Keep in mind that in transformation style characters, you lose your handhelds when activating the transformation, so the handheld slots are mostly just filler, so you can put something to have more slots, if you still have spare capacity. Now, the shield, this is what defines this character and its whole style. I hate it for how much it can limit you, and I love it for how much you can do with it. When you activate it, you will get a very good frontal shield, and your explosive fire shot will be enabled. On the downside, it will disable any dash-like moves, like float dash, sway, assault, etc. And it will give you slow turn, which matters that no matter what your fly or walk stat is, turning will always be horribly slow. It does however, negate blast damage fully, including piercing railgun weaponry, and even some more exotic stuff. Notice how even though I am getting pierced, I'm getting pop-ups of 0 damage. So when it comes to damage negation, it's not just a shield, it's a more overall effect. I am sorry I cannot provide more accurate information. If you understand what this says, leave it in the comments, and I will pin it to the top. Now, onwards to the main weapon. I think this is a fair balance of speed and range, but with the tracking on the missiles, I even dare to say you could skip on some of the speed, and go for more range. But this feels like a safe midway, and still gives you an edge on enemies with 350 or plus range, which are quite often used from what I observe. This weapon is literally stupid proof, as long as you aim in the general direction, you tend to get your shot. Your complete focus should be on positioning. As you can see, shooting from afar works pretty damn well and tends to keep enemies at bay. You may even have to look to your right at the lock-on pop-up, as you may lock into stuff out of sight range, and will probably still get the shot. Now, the explosive fire shot, the giant ass laser, with AoE blasts that causes waste booster. I honestly do not save it for any particular situations. This thing is good on everything, to be honest. From delaying lands, sinking airs, nuking heal groups, and whatever else, I cannot see a situation where this would not be useful. And you get the jammer score on top of that. It also has a very quick cooldown. You can literally fire it after every volley of missiles from the main weapon, with maybe about a 0.5 second wait time after firing the missile volley, or you can fire it every 2 missile volleys, so you can fire non-stop, which is what I tend to do. Unless it is crucial to inflict waste to booster, or landing a decent stunning shot, like when being harassed by an air unit flying over you. Some other notes on mobility: walking or running directly in a single direction will not affect your speed, so, side running, and front and back running are completely unrestricted. Turning is what really slows you down. That's why I took the decision of going fly stat. You can still jump, and fly back in a linear fashion, and as long as you are shooting and still aiming that way, your character won't turn, and you can backfly perfectly, keeping away from most land melee. It is also a good idea to turn off the shield whenever you are in a situation where you are not engaging with anything ranged, to take advantage of that extra mobility. Because as you can see, melee does not give half a flying fuck about your shield, or your feelings if we are being honest. I will now show you the tunes part by part, so you can mimic the build if you so desire. I also would recommend not going with sniper sight. My brilliant fucking mind did not come to think I am a big ass purple bubble that every land loves to mash on the spot. Having your lock on it, or not, you will be a priority target. Go broad radar instead. In my opinion, it would serve you way better. Only problem with this build is how lacking it is on HP. If it bothers you, downsize the tunes on the weapons. Something as a triple shooter should work perfectly. Let me know in the comments which bots you would like me to customize and review. Personally, I like mechas, and the more customized the better. But given that tuning is now not as limited, I can honestly do whatever I feel like at the time. So even if you have complete build ideas you would like to try out but don't want to invest the materials and cash, pop them in the comments. Could be a great idea, and I might try it out. Subscribe if you haven't yet, wats, and thank you for watching.
Hey! Shit, oh my shit right there, you know me, look.